We're live.
Welcome,
Alrighty then.
welcome. We are alive.
Shall I give you two the introduction of this day to our podcast and topic?
Hawk, would you like to go for it?
So it's been a month and a week since Miura passed, and it's about time for us to commemorate him,
Yes.
Yeah.
and that is all.
So, welcome to Anime Adventuring Party podcast, our Saturday podcast. Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about author of Berserk, Kentaro Miura, and Berserk, of course, and his influence all over, and some his other works too. So let me just. I had a little image, just get ready for that.
And God's theme playing in the background.
Yeah,
So before we go on with talking about Miura, we should mention the news from Twitter, which is on a tangentially similar topic. Gege Akutami was forced to take leave of absence due
yeah,
to declining health from overwork.
Yes.
yeah, and well, I would say it's fortunate in a way that well, it's all actually confusing because there is a little bit difference between what he said on Twitter and what editorial stuff said. But if it's true that editorial stuff actually recommended that and to watch his health, yes, please. I mean, they're usually in these stories a bad guy in a way. But here, if they recommended leave and indefinite leave, he said like I maybe be gone a month plus. It's not
Which is
precise. It's fine. If creators like that need rest and to just recuperate, and I mean just writing block. Hell.
Yeah, I mean,
what do you
just yeah.
Just take Martin for writing books or someone
Yeah.
else for breaks.
I mean,
or the one that we will not name.
yeah.
I mean, you don't want to be like Shibe Rohan from the start of Diamond is Unbreakable. You want to be Shibe at the middle of Diamond is Unbreakable. Take a
This is
rest.
not a reference I comprehend.
That's because you have not seen Diamond is Unbreakable.
This is true. But yes, that's. I just wanted to mention that as one of the connecting things and news about because a lot of creators are not smart about how they work, and they don't think about their own health, but more about their achievements and their creations.
There's
I
that
think-
too, but there's the industry, how it treating
Yeah.
them too.
And more than that, it's like the culture of working in Japan, which to me is
Yeah.
completely insane.
But yeah, with Miura, we know that he took his breaks often enough and long enough, so it wasn't just that.
Yeah.
So I'll reference another mangaka, Takehiko Inoue, the creator of Slam Dunk and Real, and of course Vagabond.
Yeah.
His explanation for why he stopped doing Vagabond permanently is, look, this is affecting me too much. This is going way too deep, and it's making me feel bad. I don't want to feel bad, so this will not be finished.
More than reasonable. Look for help. I mean, yeah, it is extremely big projects, and it literally takes your life.
Yeah, specifically with and Miura, I can see how the story can affect your mental health.
Yeah.
And physical health through it. So yeah.
But yeah.
So, would you mind telling us about his other works, Anikrn? Because they're not Miura's. They're part of Miura's opus, but Berserk is the thing that he will be remembered for.
I'm actually trying to find the name of his first work, because that's something I read too. But the biggest part, I know what kind of spread to all. I wouldn't even comment too much on the stories of those works, except as you can see his extreme progress in the art style and how he built for what Berserk becomes, I will say. Especially in Fantasia part.
Okay, so Futabi?
Sure.
Or Noah? Those are two of his first works.
As I said, I wouldn't comment too much on the just simple stories on the works. The one that I actually remember the most would be Gigantomaxia, is his later work, and the progress, because the first one, it was really similar to what you remember of those, all the art style, anime and faces. If you have I'm trying to compare a few of his characters to some
Nausicaa,
older stuff. It is he changes those Bishi faces in the very interesting world, literally for the like antagonist of the Berserk. I mean,
I haven't read much of Gigantomaxia. Just I think one or two chapters. It gave me vibes of Nazca, the Valley of the Wind.
Yes, he combined very much all his style of the creatures, just not that it mellowed them down. In a way, he even made it weirder to the point, combining all that very unnatural feeling of you see humanoid figure, but there is something very off. It's almost uncanny valley.
Yeah, like he went in, more into the fantastical and away from the horror that's in Berserk.
Yeah, it's still weirding me the fuck out, but I love the atmosphere, and it had that post-apocalyptic source, so it's kind of Stone Age in the future. So
yeah, so post-apocalyptic, yeah.
That's why I don't talk too much about the stories overall in Miura. I was more in love with the art style than anything.
And talk now. That's a segue into the art.
Yes.
Wait. Has anyone read Turanki?
No.
Duranki is the newest one.
Yeah.
I might read one chapter. I don't remember. I
Yeah,
think I read one chapter, but I don't remember much about it. Just it
yeah,
was it was very weird to me.
I read it a few.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. I mean, it's the art style is pretty much the same, but the story is like something new. I think it was a project that mostly his assistants had focused
Hmm.
on.
Yeah,
It-
from what I found out about it, it's by his own studio where he has assistants, and probably this was probably a project for him to train them. The studio, the studio is named Gaga, which is
Studio
interesting.
Gaga.
Radio Gaga.
And yeah, it says here that the story is happening in a mix of Greek and Mesopotamian myths.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
it had that.
very like I want to say Gilgamesh.
Okay, okay,
Nice.
all right. So, well, I'll of course give it a read. So, and I hope that his students will continue on with his work in those two stories. Personally, as for Berserk, as much as I want to see more conclusions in that story, I think we left off at a good point.
I will see. That's where I disagree. I think this is like the biggest, the biggest
Turning point.
cliffhanger. You know, like it's. I mean, it's like the Fantasia might as well be done, right? But this was clearly an introduction to something else.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't want anybody else to do this story.
See, I would be fine with his assistants continuing it if they were told how to
Mhm.
shit, like where the story was roughly going. And if not, then I would not be okay with them.
I mean, there are examples of
I think your mic is blast.
no, that was just my voice cracking.
Yeah.
No, are you sure?
No,
Okay.
I'm hearing on recording. It just came.
Ah,
Okay. So there are stories which were ended well by students who took over for the original creator after their death. The most prominent example of that is Wheel of Time.
with the mighty Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah, and I mean you can see in Sanderson's writing, you can see the influence of Robert Jordan, but I'm not sure it can always be done. For Berserk, I'm not sure if they can do it, because Miura had a lot of I'm not going to say autobiographical, but too many personal things that he put into Guts.
What do you say? For example, like spin-off continuation. How to say?
I mean, yeah,
This,
I would like to see more of that world. For sure.
Yeah, in a way to say, this is Kentaro Miura work. That's it. This is my view how this could end. For example, from another author. So not to not to steal anything from it, just another take from someone that was with him, maybe his assistants.
Yeah.
In a way to not to touch that legacy and yet offer some closure, maybe for people that would like to see maybe some take on people that were close with him and work with him. How would that go? Of course. So,
like, I think that Berserk had outgrown Miura, and that's a good thing. Like he made something that connected with people so much that it developed a life of it. So
yeah, I in a way I agree. I would, before we go into overall legacy of Berserk and Kentaro Miura, I would return a little bit to beginning because we kind of started commenting more about the end. Your introduction to Berserk overall. What's the thing that work of Kentaro Miura actually connected to you? Because I think from all our folks from AAP, you two are the biggest fans of him.
Yeah. It was 2001, and I got a disc with 4 episodes. First 4 episodes of the show. And that's how it all began.
Yeah, similarly for me, like somewhere in like maybe like mid 2000s I watched, no, or earlier, I can't recall, like possibly earlier, I watched the anime.
Yeah.
And that was my introduction. And afterwards, I started to read the manga, and
I never looked back.
Yeah. I just can't recall like exactly which time period it was longer.
It doesn't
ago,
matter
so it's
specifically. My question is more of the connection and how it started, not timeline, how it went. In a way.
Yeah. So it was the anime. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think for most of us here, it goes like that.
Yeah, I mean,
overall.
for most people outside of Japan, it's probably the anime.
Yeah.
Because they started publishing the manga in English, I think in 2002.
Yeah, but before I even knew there was manga, I mean, in that period, I didn't think I was reading anything, honestly. That much, but Berserk is one of the. Now that I think, Berserk is one of the first manga that I started reading. So yeah, that's. I mean, just the cliffhanger. It leaves you in the old anime.
Oh yeah, that's the.
If anything defined Berserk, it was that ending.
That was the first one. Go read the manga.
I will say some heretical stuff now for the US fans. At first I didn't want to watch after the first episode.
Huh.
Because they dropped that event literally how it's gonna what's already happening after the end.
Oh yeah, so because of the discombobulated timeline in which the stories go.
I got to the point that I even forgot any. Well, not any, but.
All right, there's a flashback, right?
Yeah,
right.
they did. The first episode is literally like, not epilogue, like one of the random events in the future after the Golden Arc, long after
Golden Age, yeah.
Golden Age arc, yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The manga is like that as well.
Yeah, I know.
Swordsman, and then you have the Golden Age.
Yeah.
But we didn't know that.
And
also, the Black Swordsman is really shortened in the anime.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I read it after, and as I said, that first arc, and I mean,
yeah,
the prologue
they skipped some stuff, and it was a lot of skipping and avoiding and shit like that.
I felt they left in anime kind of really unknown how the events actually gonna go. And to the point that I completely forgot when I watched that time about any events in the first episode, and it was just a blast at the end. Oh yeah, that's how it started. Oh shit!
Shit.
It was very much from the, I think, appearance of Zod. It's very much approaching Doom, and I don't wanna. Oh.
Yeah, that intro that's played at the start of every episode. What is the destiny of man?
Yeah,
and it's controlled by a god or some transcendental force. It's who.
Yeah, it's maybe just about me because philosophical stuff I way too much connect more to some sci-fi anime from that period than some fantasy, and this was some big influence on dark fantasy, not just anime and manga. It was from the gaming, everything, literally.
Games, yeah.
Yeah, the influence it has on the modern culture is.
Peter Fabian for. Just a second, there's something on the wiki. Yeah, it called him a monolith not only for anime manga, but also fantasy literature, video games, you name it. I mean, comparing to level of influence of Blade Runner and stuff like that. Just in the fantasy side.
But we can also mention the influences on Berserk.
Sure.
Because Clive Barker.
Oh yeah,
and Mad Max, of course, because Mad Max influenced the three manga that started at about the same time in 4-year span back then.
No, which ones?
Berserk, JoJo, and it's the North Star.
Oh yeah.
With the character designs and that. Gritty stuff.
That desolate, apocalyptic in whatever world you're in.
Yeah. Also, in the Black Swordsman arc, we see influence on Miura's art style from Escher.
Mm-hmm.
with the when he meets the God Hand in the Black Swordsman arc,
Yes.
and they're in that hallway, the infinite hallway, and they're standing in weird positions.
I do not remember this.
When he kills the Baron,
Okay.
the Slug Baron,
Yes. Yes.
and he's transported through
Sent
the
to-
Vehilit
to Heck,
into
yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
it's literally like an MC Escher painting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I don't think there were like many clear influences on Berserk. It made a lot of it.
Miura even said that
Yes.
what I mentioned about Clay Barker. Miura said that he specifically designed the God Hand characters from his descriptions in the Hellraiser books.
Well, yeah. I could see like Boido. He's clearly like what's her name? Cenobite? Yeah.
Yeah, Cenobites. Yeah.
Cenobite. Yeah. But I don't think it's
But
like
also,
a major influence.
but
it is
also
there, but-
Ubik and Conrad are they remind of some other characters by Clive Barker. And as for Slan, well.
Well. Well, you gotta.
I think that was influenced by Devilman. Or more specifically, Devil Lady, right?
Could be. They're very, especially from the early parts and chapters, there are some designs that are very much similar. And that's, for example, the art style that was very similar to him. His early work was very similar to stuff like Devilman, and especially character design, and even normal humans specifically, not just creatures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like there's some HR the tiger in the design of God Hand and the
very much
and
so,
the
especially
apostles.
Yeah, all of the apostles, pretty much.
Just the certain scenes in the newer stuff in the when they go for the dream.
Yeah,
in the Fantasia specifically. Yeah, I mean when all the magical stuff comes back into the world, you see a lot of it. Also in the troll village too.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, it's not like a troll.
Not the village of internet trolls, I mean.
Oh. Okay. So yeah, yeah.
I know what I actually want to comment, because my kind of connection to Berserk was split, maybe because of the releases or just by how I followed them. But it was the period when I consumed a lot, and that's why we have the series of my 2000 anime. Fantasia was very unusual to me. I extremely love the ending of the anime and really want to continue, but never saw that world changing that much. My only kind of pinpoint was Griffith's change and nothing else in that moment. I didn't. I
Hold
think,
on, I'll be right
I think
Back?
because he leaves you with all those emotions of guts in that moment. Nothing else matters in a way. Casca and Griffith's dead. That's it. I mean, saving Casca and Griffith's dead. Nothing else kind of mattered to me in the story continuing. That's why maybe because of that introduction of Puck and just overall the atmosphere, that's why you two are here to comment, because I was very disconnected from that point on.
Yeah, the second party that formed around Guts is it doesn't have that same connection that the Band of the Hawk had.
Yeah. It was weird. I mean, it kind of worked in the world they are in at that point.
Yeah, I mean, of all the characters, the most out of place one, let's say,
Yeah.
for me was Isidro, the kid.
Yeah, I know.
He was, I don't like you. But then again, I read up a bit on why was he made like that, and what the inspiration for that character was, which is a son of one of his assistants.
Oh.
And the kid was pestering Miura. Oh, I want to be awesome like you. I want to learn to draw like you. I want to write
and
like you.
he's pretty
blah, blah,
much
blah.
like that in the story, in a way.
Exactly.
So yeah, I get it. I mean, the whole journey and the characters that was surrounding Guts was to the most point, at least I felt like that, still feeling very much alone, no matter how many of them are gathered.
Most of the time,
I'm
yeah.
back. I'm back.
Welcome.
Yeah, for the most of the time, even though he's with a new group and they're really well written together, their connection is good.
Yeah.
But he's like, still keeping himself separate from all of them, except one of the new members. He got really close to Serpico.
Yeah.
Twice. In the hole with the pillars and on the cliff.
Yeah.
Of course, that's where Guts is at his most expressive and most open, is when he's fighting somebody.
Yeah, but Serpico, for example, reminds me a lot for a character like someone that could be from a Band of a Hawk.
Yeah, he's like Griffith and Judo in one person.
Yeah, a little that. He might be my favorite character from the new group.
Well, yeah. As for Puck, Puck was a necessity, because we meet Puck already in the Black Swordsman arc, and Guts in that part of the story is very unrelatable, and he doesn't talk at all.
Yeah.
Except to shout at somebody, "Don't touch me," or "You're pissing me off."
Yeah.
And that's about all he says in the
that's what I'm
Black
saying.
arc.
That first part before connection kind of grew, he was very distant. And I mean, there was a good reason too, because of the curse and the mark and stuff like that.
And all the things that happened to him.
Yeah.
Speaking of the things that happen to gods, is there a character that is more unfortunate than him?
Oh,
Well,
That have more bad luck.
You're asking very big library now that I cannot access.
he is a struggler, you know.
He's a
Yeah, but I
struggler.
mean, is there somebody who has more bad luck than him in general that sticks out? Like
You asking overall in manga, anime, or
anything?
Yeah, it's like
that's
it's
way
less
too broad to now think.
bad luck and more fate conspiring against him.
Mm,
Should I say fates?
that's a thing to debate.
That's a thing to debate. I don't
Well,
know.
it's like kind of a chicken or the
Egg.
egg kind of situation.
Yeah, that's actually very good comparison to this story. And overall, all his actions before, I mean, I don't know.
Could be.
The world was very dark before Fantasia too.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was Middle Ages.
Exactly.
Jesus. With basically War of Roses happening.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the world he was born into. But just to go through his through the bad stuff that happened to him. So his mother was hanged while he was still in her.
Yeah.
He was taken in by a follower of a mercenary camp.
Yeah.
Because she was kind of nuts and was using him as a coping mechanism until she died, and then his adoptive father.
Yeah, there was. We will not. You will read the story.
Then we have that skip.
Yes.
I'll skip that entire part. Then we have. Oh, look, a bright spot. Somebody took him in finally to help him become human again. And that goes well until it doesn't.
It doesn't, yeah.
It was over. I mean, we can always. This is. I mean, as much as Kentaro Miura discussion, it is Berserk discussion as well. I mean, it is his legacy, right? So as much as you want go into debate, it is. This is why I actually wanted you to go off here. Whatever discussion we want kind of to present, especially about this. I mean, we're talking about his biggest work and just by the sheer legacy of it.
Well, yeah, Berserk was like a big influence on the Souls games and like the whole aesthetic of the
that would be
Souls games.
Probably the newest, I would say, influence.
Biggest.
The biggest,
probably.
I mean, they even say, for example, Image of Gods was inspired, for example, characters like Cloud Strife, big sword and stuff like that. That was very prominent in manga and anime and games later, and even in Devil May Cry, Dante.
That too.
Stuff like that.
Also, we can mention Bastion and War from Joe Mad.
I don't know that.
Bastion is the character from. Oh, what's the comics called? Mm, and who's Joe Mad is the character designer for Darksiders.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
So his War and
Oh, yeah.
Bastion.
Very much so.
Let
I
me
mean,
just.
art style of that already, but
Yeah.
yeah, especially War is very much reminiscent for the Guts.
What War Chasers
Yeah.
is that the comic I'm thinking of?
Battle Chasers.
Battle
Now I
Chasers,
remember
right?
because I actually read the comic, not playing the game.
Yeah, but I was thinking of the comic first. The
Human main character.
fighter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fighter.
one of the main characters is basically Guts,
Pretty much based on Guts.
and then we have multiple characters in League,
Yeah,
in League of
that's never
Legends,
started.
which
I
are
have not played League.
We don't need to even mention that there is enough of them that
Yeah.
are based.
I mean, they literally took two characters
Split Guts in two.
in several, but yeah, two specific. The Barbarian King Tryndamere with the very very big sword,
Yeah,
Very big sword.
and Garen,
yeah.
the guy in the armor, who's
Oh, yeah, I did play League like one time, and I think it was Karen. Yeah,
And it was enough. And
yeah.
I
was
seen
like,
enough. I'm
yeah,
satisfied.
yeah,
More.
exactly.
so. Oh, also, let's not forget another series of games which have totally not Guts in them, because he's blonde. He doesn't have black hair. Soul Edge and Soul Calibur.
Oh yeah. That's what I was saying. It's a really big influence for more darker characters with the big sword and some maybe darker past and stuff like that.
Like Berserk is like an aesthetic.
Yeah,
it
that too.
It has
created
become an
an
art style
aesthetic.
of its own.
But
Yeah,
that's the thing. Very little stories after Berserk I saw that went to extend what Berserk did for certain stories overall in Berserk, not just the main plot line.
Oh yeah, because I think some are afraid that like they'd be Berserk, but with worse art. So I don't think it pays to copy Berserk.
They don't need to copy.
Mhm.
I'm overall saying that they are. There are not many who try anything new into quality, anything new in the dark fantasy type of the stories.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying is that Berserk had said that
Bar a bit
standards
too
so
high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
And then people are like, oh shit, what am I gonna do that's better than Berserk? Like.
There's also a lot of the I can't beat this guy, so I'm not even gonna try.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But again, that's the thing. The dark fantasy genre is kind of in a lull right now, so kind of in a low spot.
I would say
with
for
content.
quite some time.
Yeah. There is some interesting dark fantasy still, but not a lot. Not a lot. And it's mostly from creators that were already doing it. So
Yeah.
what's the Jim Butcher?
Jim Butcher. Why Jim?
Right, the Jim Butcher.
Yeah, Jim Butcher. The Dresden Files.
Oh, okay. Sorry, but
Yeah.
I had an issue with because we're calling certain.
Yeah, I'm trying to give references to the creators first, then to the works. But yeah, that's, for example, one of those stories. Also, we have Hellblazer still going on, and Hellraiser still going on. What the fuck?
Well, yeah, the Hellraiser movies are like every few years there's like a new one.
Yeah.
Like there's one Hellraiser Judgment that was that came out in 2018, and I don't think it was good. The last
I don't know.
one,
I'm not following that one, unfortunately, so I couldn't say much.
yeah, like
But back to our today's topic.
Yeah.
And
it's more of
okay,
open topic for this.
I heard Finn say something offline, which would be which some people would consider heretical. But I would just ask him, tell me the 2016 show.
Oh, right. So the music is good. I think
it's Susumu Hirasawa again, so of course it is.
Yeah, well, and I think it carries a lot of the show, and then there's like you have to come to terms with the fact that as Berserk fans, we have been cursed to increasingly CGI kind of shitty anime.
I don't know. For example, movies implemented the CGI and it was actually good. I would say.
I did not care for it.
Ah.
At first, I didn't care for it.
I really enjoyed those three movies.
At first, I didn't care for it, but they grew on me after second or third watch. So yeah,
see, that's what I'm saying. Like you have to come at it from a certain mindset. You know, you have to tell yourself, okay, this is just like motion berserk told by like a rogue artificial intelligence. You know?
I mean, there was always the release schedule problem, and it's kind of. It's in that way. It's I understand studios why not pick it up. I mean the future stuff. Just to we do a season later and leave it to indefinite. They all they are going for the money, even with the legacy of the Berserk. I mean, I think I see this more often now. That's why I'm comparing it.
What I'd like to say too is that I think by watching that Berserk, it allowed me to enjoy something like Doro. which I may not have
Yeah.
seen. Like it sets like a decently low bar for CG, but like enough to be watchable, but not like something you go, oh yeah, I see why they use CG. Like here it's mostly like because it's cheaper, but like they kind of made do with what they had, and I think it was enough to with the music and the direction to
And the story.
That's a given to let you enjoy it, and then like it may be being like a good stepping board into some artistically chosen CG, maybe.
The thing with the 2016, I didn't mind the visuals as much as something else. The sound design.
Well, I'm not big on sound design, so.
Yeah, but when you hear that sword going clang, gang, 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 gang.
Well, that was kind of okay. Come on, it was like.
Was it? Was it though?
Well, it was like. I mean,
Could be worse.
The sword is described as like being like more of a like a
slab of metal, yes.
But
the slab
sword
doesn't go ding 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 ding.
It wasn't like ding ding. It was like boom.
Yeah, I mean. Just a moment. I need to collect myself after this. Ooh, the memory. Oh God.
Well, you just gave me idea for one of the future topics. Because
there you go.
dark fantasy is something definitely I want to explore on what we actually have of that in the anime and manga overall.
Besides our moon talks?
Besides our moon talks.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Yeah. So again, to come back to this. Okay. I mean, I still don't like the. I will still pretend it didn't happen. The 2016 and 2017 show.
Point is, we do have what we have of manga. It is pretty big chunk. It was going
chungus.
Big chungus. It is big chungus. If you think that Golden Age arc is just 13 volumes, I think. Of 30 and how many?
39, I think, or 38. Yeah.
So yeah, and especially that art style going later in Fantasia, if he was doing it so slowly, that to present that on the screen animated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be that animator. Anyone
I mean you can't put that into animation. You can, but it's gonna take a bit.
Even the older anime did the certain scenes just to have a little note to his artwork. They did those stills of certain moments, like a painted picture.
That's why what I really liked in the old anime.
Yeah.
The min-maxing they did with the visuals.
Yeah.
So about 1/3 is stills, but the things that are animated so well.
They are.
For example, the 100-man fight.
Yeah.
and when he fights Adon's brother, and defending himself with the cloak from the crossbows, and crushing one of the bolts in his hand. That's Jesus. The level of
That's
innovation
why
there.
it's unfortunate that it couldn't kind of go out faster with that. But we wouldn't have Berserk that we know today if we did, and that's kind of conflict of everything to me. If he rushed in that way, Berserk wouldn't be what it is. Don't know. I mean, but overall, Kentaro Miura pretty much gave his life to this work. Rushing it or not, and however it was published, it's what we got. And still saying what Phil mentioned of continuing, I'm still saying if they do it to kind of make that big cut to be known, this is Kentaro Miura work, this is just optional material, not continuing by next chapter this. I mean, how many of just freaking Evangelion spin-off alternative and stuff you have, and actually good ones too.
Look, I'm not saying I wouldn't consume all of it.
Consume.
Devour.
Look, I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but for me, this is how this story ends.
Yeah, I agree on that. That's what I'm saying.
So, Guts and the party are in Alfheim. The child came back to him, and Griffith rode off into the sunset.
Well, like, it's not exactly child came back to him, it came back again. Like, so
we'll say it's the final time.
But you can't. The child is an omen. It always appears in times of shit.
Except they're in Alfheim now.
Well, yes. That's what I'm saying.
Alfheim is different, so we'll take it like
this is not denial.
Like that,
this is not. But the problem is, just watching, listening to you too. I'm seeing both sides to this, very much so.
I mean, I'm seeing Finn's side too. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, like I can see why people would want it to be
yeah, making big cut just to it hurts not to saying story like this going so long and yet for whole story okay, this is now you get to roast them, because this is my problem with Berserk actually. Feeling it will not end. I had that feeling through all reading of Berserk. From moment of how Fantasia started, actually, that's the thing. The first time I felt continuing certain things are these last few chapters. First time, the point that I was saying, I forgot literally everything in between.
Yeah, like it's while.
And I mean, I remember few awesome moments and all of that, and I know there's a really good story in between. But the thing that was important from the beginning of the Berserk till the end happened just now. And that's enormous pressure for author to go to that length. I mean,
yeah, but I would like to redirect it. So, like, you're telling me to watch Golden Kamuy, for example.
Yeah.
That feeling of this is good stuff.
Yeah.
And even if it ends like this, I don't need anymore. That's what I have with
Yes.
Berserk. And now that it got to this point, yeah, that's how I'll take it.
The point is, for example, Golden Kamuy, if they never continue nor manga nor anime, I would still recommend you to watch it. Like Berserk.
Oh yeah,
And I will. And I will.
Like Berserk to anyone.
Yeah.
I would also like to mention the personal effect Berserk had on me, because
I mean,
at the
it is
time,
your favorite manga.
second now, but yes, it has been my favorite for a very long time.
While.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah. The angry kid.
Yeah.
And that angry kid growing into a somewhat reasonable man.
Into an even angrier man.
Even angrier, but a bit more reasonable.
Yes.
but if you look, God's overall struggles, it's very much what life is. It never gets, in a way, easier.
Yeah.
You get just a bit tougher to handle certain things.
You learn how to live with it.
Yeah, in a way, and that's why it's very much that how, I don't know. Not to call it growing up specifically, but it is very much mentally, especially the later stuff that happened in Berserk. Just not by the story progress, it's by God's progress for everything.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm going to the last pages of the last chapter. His monologue there with this island is so boring, and I don't have anything to do except swing this thing around. And
scary, no?
that moment of realization. But what if there is a better? What if there is something that can be stable and, you know?
Yeah, but that's the moment that he didn't seek anything else. He
got
I feel that that's the part that was I don't think it's even missing. It just didn't said directly more than him not saying it out loud. I don't fucking care what that guy does. She's now healed, safe, and that's it.
Maybe
by
I
the
can
feeling
stop
of that,
for a minute.
yeah, but by that way it is end of a journey. It is very much a end of a journey.
Yeah, but
Is there
the
millions?
Casca still has like
Yeah,
mega PTSD.
but that was never the kind of. It is something that's gonna need time and a lot of work and.
Well, yeah, but
And so on and so
it's
on.
like, yeah, but it's like another thing that's left unresolved. It's and
like so
and
many other. I'm just not saying that it's resolved stuff. I'm just saying for a character, it is really big end for a certain type of a journey that kind of started not just it started in a way for a revenge, and yet it went through everything to heal her.
It started from the pain, the steps of grief.
Yeah, grief and rage,
and then healing and acceptance.
Yeah, there is a lot of it.
Yes, the final stage of the grief, like the berserk type PTSD.
Look, it is dark fantasy. It is very dark story. It's nothing going to be easy.
I kid.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, if we're gonna go in a bit more serious, it's the final step to transcendence, to through becoming a whole person,
achieve
letting go.
Heaven,
Yeah.
Dio.
The big part. I mean, yeah. That's why I always felt to the point of. I don't know who actually told me. I talked with few of our friends that literally told me, no, he's just gonna kill Casca and that would be it. I heard that, by the way, 5 years ago from one of our friends.
I told you that actually.
So it is
Well,
itself.
I will say not
Proceed.
only you, but okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who had that thought in mind.
Him and also people he was disguised as.
Most possibly.
We of the Alpha Legion cannot confirm nor deny
God
this.
damn it.
I am Alfarius.
Oh, so that's how it's gonna be, eh?
It is still for the Emperor. Anyways.
Now that I put this on the table, 40k. There is a lot of people in the 40k community like to compare Guts and Griffith to Ferrus Manus and Fulgrim, and I hate that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's apt.
It's not.
It's not,
because if anything, the two of them are Horus and the Emperor.
Okay, we're now getting into heavy 40k. We will not do that.
Like no,
but it is not.
Like I don't think there's like a direct comparison.
No, there isn't. No, there isn't the direct
comparison.
I mean, the writers do say that they are changing Fulgrim's descriptions to be more reminiscent of Griffith. And I don't know why.
I mean, we could make like 40k lore podcast with like. I'm now reminded that there is like a clone of Fulgrim.
Yeah.
Anywho,
that's why I'm saying we will not go further on this tangent.
Into that rabbit hole.
Because
we already in one.
Yeah, we're talking about another dark fantasy stuff.
But yeah, I mean, just to finish off this digression, the comparison I have in my mind is because Griffith saw Guts as betraying him, and he was doing everything for his own kingdom and his people. That's about where I would end the comparison.
The comparison.
I will be back.
Okay.
But
that's the thing. When I said about the ending that people told me about, I was younger at that moment. I mean, it was 5 years fucking ago. Because there was no possible ending for me except that Griffith. There was no possible ending. I didn't accept any other ending.
Sure. But yes, you have walked the path now, and you have let go.
That's why I'm saying, without saying it out aloud, there was a big closure in the character of Guts in that moment. That's why I very much accepted this end of the journey, and it can be end. It can be end.
I mean, after the Field of Swords, yeah, I could see that. I had the same emotion from the Field of Swords onwards. Griffith must die.
Yeah.
But that's the ending of that story. But again, with how Miura wove the story onwards, I learned to let go.
In a way, I just want to see. I mean, in a way, it kind of happened. Griffith will forever be denied of Guts and Casca, or whatever he possesses. He can have whole fucking world, but he will never have those two.
Yeah.
That's my ending now. That's what I'm saying.
That's the big win.
That's the big win. That's not the fucking colder win, because that's that big growth that happens in Guts. As much as we want this the fucker dead.
The best revenge is a life well lived.
Yeah. Wait. No. I can go now, just make 100 more grief stories, just continuing on that path of revenge.
Yeah.
Just denying him that chase, in a way. And that he would be the target. He would be the big prize, in a way. And the end of that. Not you. You're just not important anymore. You're non-existence in the eyes of us.
As Merlin said to Queen Mab, I forget you.
Yes. I love it that you remember that.
That's the ultimate death.
Exactly. Okay. Now I realize something from our play-by-post campaign. What do you?
We will see.
But yes. Till we're waiting then. Maybe mentioning some of the favorite moments from creation of Kentaro Miura overall. Not just Berserk as whole, maybe some specific stuff from it. I
mean, I already mentioned one of my favorite moments, the Field of Swords.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And the moment when Zod realizes I can't stop him.
Yes.
He's just a human, and I cannot stop him.
I am unfortunate by just how busy we are currently and the amount of work overall. I also hate myself because I really want to reread it. And if anything, Berserk takes its time. Not you. Berserk takes its time to.
But I realized something. Reading Berserk on paper.
Yeah.
It goes hell a lot faster than on reading it digitally.
Unfortunately, never had the opportunity.
I'm back.
But yeah, I definitely want to reread it.
Reread?
Finn, what about you? What would be one of your favorite moments from Miura?
From Miura, Skull.
Yeah.
Breaking into the clips.
I will say Finn's love for the Skull Knight literally when I met you till this moment, never went down.
Yeah.
I mean, he does have the cool factor
He does.
to
He does.
infinity and beyond.
True.
Yeah. and like also him first using the sort of extraction, like to escape the cave with guts.
Oh yeah, that actually is another sword that's from mythology. That's Charlemagne's sword, and you can also pick it up in The Witcher too.
Mm.
It's not Anduril. It's oh god, what's it called?
While you're searching, I would just mention overall, it wasn't even the art. It was that freaking prequel of this story, the Golden Age art. It is just my favorite thing from Berserk. Or not even continue that story. Just even if it's cut like that, it left you with all those emotions. I think it's one of the first stories that I was even knowing in a way that what's gonna happen. I mean, not knowing how. It felt still very unpredictable in how things went, and he put a lot in there just in that arc. It was. I mean, it was foundation of this. It was foundation.
Another of my favorite Miura moments is when he met Susumu Hirasawa and told him, "Yes, please make the music for my writing."
Yeah. Oh, the legendaries.
that goes in so well with the material.
Yeah. Well, he definitely. They probably communicated a lot, but he felt that work quite well. As much how he translated into music. So okay. Honestly, I don't know what else to mention.
Okay. If we're gonna talk we have to talk about the characters too.
Sure. Yes.
I mean, and I don't mean the main cast. So, Godspuck, the party, whatever. About the characters that show you the world. So, Luca is one of those. She was the.
She's from the
Conviction arc, yes, and she was like a madame of the prostitutes that were around the tower and in the city before.
Wait, was she a madame or just like one of the?
Well, she was one of them, but she was the only one that was taking care of the prostitutes.
Fair enough.
So she was not a manager, but like one of the few good people in that world.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
We could also mention the Tiger Knight.
Well, when you mentioned Luca, there's also Jerome.
Just a moment. Jerome would be the soldier, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like her love interest.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I mean, he's an Iron Train Knight, so I don't like him.
Well, he's all right. You know.
Well, in comparison to most of the other knights, sure.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking. I
I'm
mean,
leaving this
there's
to you too. You know more the names, characters, and stuff like that.
yeah.
So.
There's characters like that who show you that there is goodness and some normal people in that world.
Yeah, that's the big thing. I guess kind of starting to heighten the fantasia for me to
Mm-hmm.
starting to balance, because let's face it, from the end of that chaos, how it all started, it all looked like hell. And you don't really see anything is going better, even with that little snippet of Puck there that's kind of out of that atmosphere that's happening, the hell that's happening all around.
But yeah, that's one type of character, and then we have the other extreme, which would be I don't think uh, I dislike that character. No, I hate that character so much,
Wait,
and I
which
hate that the meme was built around him.
Puck?
No,
No?
Donovan.
Oh wait, were there memes?
Yes, unfortunately, and this is why I hate the internet.
Unfortunately, you can't escape internet. You know, especially when something
Yes, you
is more
can.
popular. No,
Yes, you
no,
can escape the internet, but not
no.
on the internet.
Yeah. When something is popular as Berserk, it's simply gonna happen.
Yeah, and I mean, Donovan. I think he is my only character that I actually have zero sympathy for
I
or
mean, he has no redeeming
qualities.
qualities.
None at all. And if there was a character that I would remove from the story without the story losing anything, that one.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
you could
he does have a big influence on Guts,
influence.
but
Yeah, but you could replace him with
with something
anyone.
less.
Yeah,
It doesn't
Yeah.
have to go that far.
yeah.
And
Oh,
that's one of the things that Miura did. He did not hold back. When it goes bad, it goes.
It goes full course. Yes.
That was a meme too.
Yeah.
God damn it!
As I said, you can't help it.
Yeah, like even Pew mentioned the horse.
Yeah.
As I said, when you, especially
think-
with certainly eccentric scenes and of whatever violence and whatnot, it will go around. It will go around. It will mention.
Well, yeah, and I think that the horse in particular is like was both like a shocking scene, a scary scene,
Yeah.
and a really like well drawn
Yep.
scene in like a freaky way.
Yep. That's it.
It got the message across.
It
Yeah.
got message across, and that's it. But internet's gonna make up too much, more than it really is sometimes. So.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, there's a lot worse things than the horse.
That's why I'm
Scene.
saying.
Yeah. I mean,
Like-
the forest of trolls and slan.
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh fuck! I forgot the freaky hair on the horse. Goddamn.
Do not remind yourself with that scene right now.
Yeah.
Do not go in there.
Do not go
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah. You get like a fucking dumbass like
Comb over.
hair. Yeah. Like.
It looks like Asmongold.
Oh
my
no,
God.
no.
No, Asmo, no! What are you doing?
I'm sorry.
Oh dear
I'm sorry.
God! Why do you do this?
Oh, and we're bad people for laughing at this, but
Yeah.
it is what it is, man. It
Look,
is what it
it
is.
is what it is.
It is what it is. But look, dark fantasy, dark humor.
Yeah, true.
They go hand in hand, like the God's hand.
Mm.
I feel that that's the part what I was missing the most reading it. When the chapter comes out, I never go back and reread it or heavily. It was pretty much for what I remember. To the point when you guys started talking about the apostles and stuff about them, I was like, when they were ever mentioned after the ceremony. To that point.
And then, yeah, and then through the whole of Millennium arc, Fantasia arc.
That's why I'm saying I genuinely wanna read it.
Yeah.
Because I feel I really missed a lot just because ongoing was already pain and
Pecco.
pain. You said that's there.
Pain, Paco. Yeah.
It was Pain and Pecco.
It was.
No.
Pin for the special, for VTuber special.
Yeah. Sure.
Any who's that's but for example, the apostles,
Yeah.
some of them I found more interesting and intriguing as people than some of the human characters. And I'm not talking just about Zod.
Well, and then they're like trash about
Yeah, true.
Like what's his name? Guayardo.
Well, his story wasn't done at all. I mean, only Locus and Grumble got some attention, and of course the apostles that got fought. But yeah. I just remembered somebody put a black stain on Miura's work.
In what way?
There is one big black stain on Miura's work, and it's the Grumbled novel.
I don't
Wait.
know. Okay.
I'm not
It's
aware of this.
somebody wrote a light novel which was published by Young Animals, so it's canon technically.
No shit.
And it's the story of Grumbled, the Dragon Apostle.
The Flame Dragon Knight.
Yeah.
Written by Makoto Fukami, the director and screenwriter for the Berserk 2016 anime.
Yeah, and who's don't let that guy write anything else, please.
Well, shit.
Is it so bad?
Hello?
I lack the words to describe how bad it is.
Oh no.
No, and look, it is actually canon. Okay, interesting.
And I mean, I have the words to describe it, but it would sound like Titel of Tagen. I
Yeah,
go so
yeah.
deep into ranting
Oh,
that it would
okay.
become nonsense.
Ja, ja, Cthulhu, Ftagen, ja,
Please
ja.
do not summon Cthulhu at the end of this.
I am already here. Yes.
Ah,
No. He
Cthulhu
okay.
des.
Two days.
he wants old ones to give him the rest of Berserk.
Yes, please. Give.
But all over. Shall we close
Well,
it?
all you need to do is sell your soul to this backheld here, and we will
not.
give it to you.
Please not.
That never ends
Well,
well, right? Like,
if you
No,
learned
no,
anything from this work,
like, when you say it like that, it made me think about how uh, that Beherids, as they are now called, and I always call them
Behelit.
Behelits,
Yeah.
but they're actually called Beherids,
Okay.
that actually
which I hate.
that actually
But
depends
okay.
because L and R are Japanese
Okay, so I'm
how
going
it's
to
pronounced.
continue to call them
Behelit.
Beherids because
Yes.
it sounds better. And
It sounds cooler.
yeah, and the difference between like them and like the classical like a Faustian bargain, like
So there we have another influence, Goethe.
yeah, in a way, it's like almost like a biblical thing, but it's like Bible fantasy.
Uh,
I mean, uh, Dante's in Inferno and stuff like that.
so passing through 11 circles of hell and
Yeah,
getting out.
yeah. I mean, it's both with Dante's Inferno and with Faust and shit like that. It's all like the first attempts at like fantasy within a framework, like within what you could do without like being without people looking at you like you're a maniac, It was a different time.
True.
Like, or like you could write like the lesser key of
Solomon.
yeah, or something like that. And,
I mean, it's a thing in human mind to to avoid bad deals.
yeah, and Berserk did it in a way where it is like 100% like a Faustian bargain, but it doesn't. It's limited in a way because your bad Nihilit is not the bad Nihilit,
That is mythology that is expanded on in outside of the main work.
And thus, that's why Miura's work will gonna be discussed a lot more even in the future years.
In the coming generations.
Yeah. That's where I actually want to kind of close it in slowly.
Yeah.
So, if you guys want to say a few closing words to this.
Kataji Kenai Kentaro Miura sensei.
Yeah, like it's as it said, his death had hit me like unexpectedly hard. I don't think like I grieved so much for a person I didn't
No. Yeah,
see
agreed.
like at all. So so it's kind of
But
strange, but
it's not that much. Just think about how many years you kind of were with his work, and we all knew Miura through Berserk in a way. And I'm not saying simple as a person, but you know him as an author. In that way.
And the amount of his soul he put on those
Yeah.
pages is evident.
And especially just the sudden death of an author or an unfinished work that was very beloved. It just hurts in that way. I was surprised as little as I mean I was following on going. It was still it was painful to just hear those news in the morning.
Yeah.
But yes.
Look, I was speechless for about half an hour when I saw the news. So, and it took me a while to process it.
Yeah.
So that's why the only things I have to say about it, I'm in his debt, even though he didn't give me directly anything. He gave me a lot.
Yeah. So,
true.
Rest in peace, Kentaro Miura. We freaking love Berserk and all other works. And till the next time, folks, to talk something a little bit happier.
Yeah.
Totally. Bye-bye.
Yep.
Forces!
Horses.